everybody, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, vlogsters. We're home. Are you surprised? Are you surprised to get this video this morning? I'll be surprised if you get this video this morning. I'm just kidding. I felt like I just wanted to sit and talk to you. First of all, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to drink a sip of this coffee because it's the first thing all day. Mm. And the second thing is I really have to take my meds because I just forgot. I just realized I forgot them. So good morning. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday the 6th of February. Tomorrow, while you're watching this, is the 13th anniversary of my father's passing. So, we got a beautiful gift from a subscriber named Mona for a gift card to go out for Valentine's Day. And since Valentine's Day is usually crazy around here, trying to get a seat somewhere, we know that the Longhorn Steakhouse opened recently here, and it's one of our favorite places to eat when we go out. If you know, you know. So we thought we would go there, but we have to take mom because, first time going. So we will celebrate probably at home at Valentine's Day with maybe I always say breakfast in bed because that's what I used to do it with Jim, but who knows now. So I hope you guys can hear me okay. I am a little muffled. I'm a little congested and I have an earache. I had, when I was laying in bed because I couldn't get up basically. And when I do my saline at night, basically this sinus that's behind my ear had gotten so clogged. But I went to the ENT, she said there was nothing in there looking like a clog. But this morning I woke up and it hurt. I also have this that hurts, which is very strange. So I have a gauge piercing up here. I haven't had anything in there since way before October. Way before October. I took it out. The last shower I took before the tub exploded. So that was October 12th. So maybe right before October 12th. And I haven't had it in since. But all of a sudden now it's like whatever happened with the chemotherapy wounds is like it just started to I don't know, attack it maybe. As you guys know, I had to take out my nose and my nose ring and my ear piercings because of the chemo. But this was kind of weird. So this morning I am taking Cymbalta, a stool softener / laxative. I'm taking my Ritalin, taking my Januvia, which is the diabetes medicine I'm currently on. I'm taking my losartan potassium because that's the blood pressure medication I'm currently on, and B12 and biotin. One of the I think it was like my friends. Somebody suggested that I go back on biotin when I had all the wound care, and I was like, duh. Maybe it was one of you guys even. I really don't remember at this point, but I've been on it ever since to help with my skin and my hair and all that stuff. So I have to catch my breath before I take my medicine sometimes. My throat still hurts from the mucositis. It's not as bad as it was, even 2 days ago, but it still hurts. So I have to make sure that I can swallow properly. I have to add calcium and multivitamin. Well, multivitamins I have chewables, but I have to get a chewable calcium that I can afford and it can't be just Tums because that's too dry for me to chew, if that makes any sense. But I have to have a chewable calcium because the calcium pills that I got are like horse pills and I couldn't swallow them. It's actually one of the things I choked up a couple of times. So just wish me luck. So I always take my pills with a straw. It helps them go back. If you look down with water in your mouth, the pills will float. So that's towards the back of your throat more. But what I do is I make a filter with my teeth so the pills don't go down the straw. That's kind of important too. So this particular concoction in the morning can make me very nauseated if I'm not eating anything. So the coffee counts as a stomach coating. Oh, dang it. Nausea usually starts with a burp. That's why I said dang it. I burped, so. Um, mm, I also have two other things that are in there. I have, what's it called? Omeprazole. Um, and one of the Zofran. Doctor suggested, since my morning pills are making me throw up, to go ahead and just prophylactically take a Zofran with them. I just didn't see it this morning, so wish me luck. And then the multivitamins I got are these. They're not sugar coated, which, not that it's sugar even. A lot of the gummies, they coat in like a crystally kind of sugar or sugar substitute or whatever to keep them from sticking together. But I can't do that because that irritates my mouth. So I found these. They're One A Day Women's Multi Plus, all the things, hair and nails and skin and stuff. So, and I don't care for some of the blackberries. Some of the berries are like blackberries, and I don't care for them. So I always try to mix a red one and a black one in case I get a blackberry that I don't like. I wish it told you the flavors, like the gummy candies tell you the flavors, but there's like a variety of different red ones and pink ones, and then there's these blackberry-ish things and blueberry-ish things, and I just eat them together and it makes it less tart. Excuse me. Anyway, my one a day sorry, my one a day women's multivitamin is also like a horse pill, so I switched to this. Multivitamins are very important. We don't realize how much we're not getting, not being farmers. I mean, I guess if you're a farmer, but our body needs certain vitamins that when we were hunter-gatherers, we would get from the sun or from the earth, from working the ground, from eating fresh fruits and vegetables, from eating, real meat, because we have omnivore teeth. You could choose to be a vegetarian, you can choose to be a meat eater exclusively, but we have omnivore teeth, so we're supposed to be eating meat and vegetables. Or plants and animal. So, what we're not getting in our daily bodies from living on the land like we got now. So here's my update. Wanted to just do that for you. Take my meds this morning. Um, mm. For you guys, if you're interested, Cece's coming in later today. I have some things that I want to do later that I knew I wanted to vlog this morning. Jim dropped um, the dog off to her, so when he picks her up, he'll grab or they went for a play date. So I can't wait to see what kind of pictures I get whenever they're together. It's the cutest thing. Anyway, I have an earache, so I currently have a cotton ball with a little warm sesame oil in it, just to sit there and relieve just a little bit of the discomfort for now. I do have aloe vera juice that I'm supposed to put in my ears for the dryness, but I sent a message to the ENT to ask her what I should do, because I did a peroxide cleaning treatment this morning and it really didn't help. It took some yellow, like, I don't want to say yellow wax, but I guess it was wax, but it put some yellow liquid onto the tissue. And that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to break down the wax. But when I grew up on the beach, you guys know. So when I have water in the ear, I do the peroxide, and if you leave it long enough, or if it is water that's trapped behind earwax or whatever, when you do the peroxide treatment, you feel the bubbles, and all of a sudden you feel a pop, and then you feel warm water. Like you can feel the cap dissolve, and then you can feel the water that's trapped behind behind the wax. You can feel it like come into your ear, and you know you've broken the thing. So to this morning, I laid there for half an hour. I poured if you've never done this before, I just want to show you. It's just regular peroxide. I asked the doctor if she wanted me to get the Debrox, and she said no, peroxide's better. Believe it or not, that's the ENT, by the way. You put just a tiny drop in the cap, and like literally like a tiny drop. So that much. I know you can't even see it because it's clear, right? And I'm not quite at an angle that you can see it. Okay. And what you do is you pour it like 2 or 3 drops in your ear, and you can hear it buzz. But I leave the rest in the cap. So what I do is I let it soak. However, when you start to hear the bubbles dissipate, that means it's time to either replace it or flip over and let it drain, like depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Because I was trying to get the water out of my ear, which I guess isn't in my ear. It's probably in this sinus behind my ear. That's another story for another day. I took just a tissue, and you basically don't put it in your canal. Just like basically where the cotton ball is. Just let the tissue sit there, and it will soak up. Like it'll, it's not osmosis. It's yeah, it will pull the wet waxed peroxide out. And when I get enough liquid out, then I go ahead and put the rest of the cap in, just to give it a refresh of hydrogen peroxide. So I did that this morning, and to no avail. Nothing felt better. In fact, as a matter of fact, it actually feels just as bad, like it didn't do anything to relieve comfort. Oh, I'm so sorry. Now this could also be a thing. I just made that noise, and I realized that I could just be having like a sinus issue, which of course does affect my allergies. I'm sorry, an allergy issue, which does affect my sinuses and my ears. So it could just be that. And that's common for me as well. I get a lot of like sinus pressure right here. Oh, ouch. And then I burp and it hurts my ear. I always describe it as, do you guys remember, oh man, this would be such a good joke if I remember. Oh, Baby Tumble Surprise. So in the 90s, a doll came out called Baby Tumble Surprise. Her whole body was like a squishy stuffy, kind of like the dolls you get at the Dollar Tree, that their whole body's like a stuffy, but then they have like a plastic head. And her plastic head, the top of her plastic head had a weight in it. So when she sat down, she would do a tumble. Well, that's how it feels like when you have sinus pressure in your head. It feels like your whole head's made out of the weighted lead, and you feel like you're going to flip over at any moment. So anyway, that's how I feel when I get that sinus ache. I do love our Sunday morning live chats. I love being with my family, but I feel like we haven't had an opportunity to talk. And I know I get Jim's fans come on, and I get a lot of heat for like interrupting him and this, that, because they have this preconceived notion of how I am. But I don't think many people pay attention anymore to like how he interrupts me and how he talks to me and how he treats me, which I'm not mad at, but I just like, every once in a while, I feel like I have to come on here, and not to defend myself, but just to like get a refresh from it. Just to be like, yes, this is my turn. This is my channel. This is my platform. This is my turn to talk. I do want to give you an update. I got the results back from the nuclear bone scan. So if you watched the live stream on Sunday, you know that I got the CT scans back on Friday, and they looked like 0 changes. And I stopped the chemo Friday night because I was not going to go through that one more second if I'm going to have 0 changes. And everybody's like, did you check with the doctor? Did you check with the doctor? No, doctor already told me it's my life. Whatever I want to do, I want to do, he's got treatments. If I want to keep going to treatments, there's plenty of different things to try. He's like, but it's ultimately your decision. So, okay. So because it was Friday night and his office was already closed, I had to wait till Monday. And Monday, right before I was scheduled to call him, like I set my alarm to remind me to call him, to talk to him about everything on Friday, I got the results from the nuclear bone scan, which were not as positive. They're concerned about the tumor that's on my pelvis. So I don't know when the last time we mentioned the tumor on my pelvis, but when I was in the hospital getting the surgery, I didn't know about the tumor on my pelvis until the doctor's, wasn't the doctor, it was his resident came in and said, the doctor wanted to get you, like possibly have this, an ablation done on this tumor so it wouldn't continue to grow. He's like, however, doc doesn't want you to really have both legs out of commission at one time. I said, well, good idea. So the tumor is actually on my pelvis at my hip joint. It's not actually on the femur or on the hip joint at all. It's just on the pelvis still, thank God. But it's now an area of concern for the nuclear bone doctor, nuclear bone scan doctor. and they want me to get an MRI. So my MRI is not scheduled until the 23rd of February. So I've got a couple of weeks. And I have to go out to Lebanon because I have a portacath. So they said, oh, I'm sorry. They said here in town, if you have a port, they won't do it. So that's fine. But it's supposed to be, I guess, because the MRI machine. I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with that specifically, like how much metal is in my port. I mean, I have a rod in my leg, but it's titanium, so the metal won't be affected by it. But anyway, so that MRI is scheduled for, I guess it's not so emergent if I have to wait till the 23rd. But then, it's like, I realized today, because they just made the appointment up like 15 minutes ago. Now, I just realized that my follow-up with my oncologist is scheduled for the 22nd. He might want to push that back to leap day, which is 1 week, so we can actually discuss the MRI results. But I'll call them next. After lunch. Yeah, I'll call it back. So anyway, things are slowly improving. Actually, I take that back. Some things are improving by leaps and bounds, and some things are improving slowly. The energy is back mostly. Maybe like, I say mostly, maybe like 40% back. But when you're at 0%, 40% seems like a million, like honestly. But now along with it is coming pain, which is weird because I guess because I'm moving more. It's just getting my stamina back up and getting my muscles moving more than or my joints moving more than they were. I have like, I'm not having a heart attack or anything, but this tumor right here is really large, and every once in a while I feel like it's pulling on something, I feel like it's just like I want to sit up like this all the time. So I have been just planning on what we're trying to do. We're getting ready to try to get the house done and get, we have to declutter everything. So basically I have to take down like all my cards, but I'll put them up in the new place. I have to take down like all my little like decorations and stuff. I just have to make the place look like anybody could live here. We have to disassemble the mural wall, the gallery wall, and just put up stuff that's generic, like, you know what I mean by generic. So I still am like excited, but really sad. Like, I know that anybody who's ever moved from a place that they love probably feels the same way. I just don't want to be disappointed. Like, we tried really hard to find this house that we all could love. And even though we're not going to be living with mom anymore, how much time will I have to find a place that I love? I can't really afford to put myself up in a hotel for months and months on time. So it's kind of like, I'll make it work the way I think my biggest concern, that way I want. My biggest concern is like when we moved in here, I had tons of energy and I had tons of creativity and strength and to do all these things. Like, we're going to move to a new place. If it's not moving ready, I don't know what we're going to do, Like, I'm not in a place to pull up carpets at this point. I'm not, and Jim's not either at this point. We only did this to this room like right before I found out I had cancer. So 2021. So it's only 3 years ago. But in that 3 years, his body is gone, somewhere else basically. So we'll see. We don't have any children, so it's not like we can call the kids up to help. My brothers and sisters are all older. My nieces and nephews all have jobs. So it's not like anybody could just like take off and come and hang out with us and fix it and do whatever. Like even Emily, when she came to help us, when the floor exploded in the kitchen, even when she came to help us, she was not working at the time. She brought her kids. I watched the kids, because I just didn't have the strength to do. I didn't know at the time I was sick, so I just didn't have the strength to do what she could do. But now she's working. So like everybody's got jobs. So like there's nobody there who can help. mm. Anywho, I've been having it's not circulation issues because it's basically just the fans. But listen, here's the thing. I don't know about you guys, but my husband is like a heating pad. He emits 40,000 degrees Kelvin when we sleep. So I have to sleep with the fans on, or else I will die in the middle of the night. But when he's not in bed and I fall asleep when he's not in bed, I'm freezing, like kind of thing. And if my arms or hands like are holding onto my tablet or my pad, or just sticking outside of the blankets, they really get super cold. So I started wearing these. I got them on Amazon. I got 3 sets for $12. It came with a hat, a neck face cover thing, like that tube, and gloves with the touch screen on them. They have rubber on the inside. I don't know if you can see because I got the black pair. But they have like the middle finger, index finger, and thumbs have the heat sensitive fabric so that you can touch the screen while you're doing whatever. So I have to cover my hands all night. And as a matter of fact, right now, it's not even cold in here, but I think it's probably more my circulation. My shoulders hurt, which means it's probably not, we got arthritis today, it's icky out, like kind of thing. I I think I told you guys my sister was like, eat well and exercise. I'm like, how about eat it all? Jim's like, you want breakfast? I'm like, nothing sounds good. I'm not gonna lie. It's just so weird for somebody who grew up like food was it. My parents were like, they'll shut off the water, they'll shut off the electricity. We'll always have a roof over our head and food on the table. It may not be the healthiest or the best food, but we'll have some, And I know now that it was food insecurity because we didn't just have anything. We didn't have healthy food, but we didn't always know where it was going to come from, but it was what it was. It was, we thought about it, and it's what we celebrate things with food. And I don't know if that's most Irish people or most obese people, but we commiserate with food, we celebrate with food, we comfort ourselves, that kind of thing. So to have that kind of mentality your whole life, and then to like all of a sudden be like, nothing sounds good. Like, I would love a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel on, actually I would like a double mess because I like all the meats. A double mess is 2 eggs, 2 pieces of ham, just like deli ham, not like big chunks of ham. 2 sausage links, 2 pieces of bacon, 2 slices of cheese, and you can get it on like Kaiser roll. My mom used to get it on a small hoagie sandwich. And I, like when I'm like going to New York, I'm like, I got to get one of these eggy sandwiches. I haven't had an eggy sandwich like this in forever. And it's not something you can replicate it at home, but as long as you have bacon grease and an old pan, like, do your cast iron skillet that has been seasoned for 1,000 years. Because there is something about the way they cook it on that old griddle, Anyhow, I'm not even, that doesn't even sound appealing to me right now. New York pizza, isn't right. On my hand, I think that just because between my ear and my pain level right now, I'm just uncomfortable. It's not that I don't have my appetite back. I'm guessing that maybe I don't have my appetite back, but I just don't feel like eating. Like now I'm full on the 2 vitamins. Not gonna lie, that's true. Half a cup of coffee and 2 vitamins, and I'm ready to stop eating for the day. So hopefully that will correct itself. I do have protein shakes, so if I don't have any solid food for the day, I can have some of my protein shakes, which really has been helpful for healing. You got to have nutrition to heal, I miss vegetables so much. That's the one thing I feel like if my mouth could go like, I would have a salad. I would have a huge freaking salad from like the salad bar with like spinach and the chopped up romaine and hard-boiled eggs and cheese and little tiny squares of ham and bacon bits and tomatoes. I miss tomatoes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, my rear end's starting to hurt again. Tomatoes are one thing that I miss tremendously. Now, I stopped eating most tomatoes because of the arthritis. Tomatoes, the seeds especially, could be very inflammatory to your arthritis. But then what I would do is I would just either grape tomatoes, which have hardly any seeds in them, or I would take like a beefsteak and gut it and just like make a stuffed tomato or chop up the outsides for my salads or whatever. So I just miss like food, like certain things like I just haven't been able to eat in years. Ketchup. I miss ketchup. Is that weird? Mustard. Oh my God, mustard. Anything vinegary. I love my three bean salad, my cucumber salad, all that stuff. I can't have any of that right now. Um, because I can't have vinegar on my mouth. So, which kind of sucks. And I wonder sometimes, I'm like, I wonder if vinegar would help. Like, I don't know, this is kind of like an old wives' tale, but maybe like, does it work and da 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 da. But I used to drink orange juice when I had a sore throat, and it almost like acidically cleaned it. I know that sounds dumb. It hurts at first, but then it like, I don't know if it washes the germs. It doesn't, but I'm just saying like it made it feel better in the long run or heal faster in the long run. And I wonder if that's the problem with my mouth, like not having the acid. Should I just drink pickle juice? Pickles. No, see, even that, I'm like, things I miss, but they don't sound appealing to me right now. Not even sweets. I could think about my favorite missing sweet, Entenmann's crumb cake. Entenmann's all French buttercrumb. Actually, Entenmann's had the best mocha ring that was like coffee. It said maple or mocha, but it was like, oh, it was delicious. It was like this little chocolate ring and had this cream on the top. But even that, um, you know, I'm not that interested in right now. I don't feel like I can eat anything right now. Um, my bed's becoming very uncomfortable. Back to like where I was 2 years ago, and I don't want to be in it anymore. But sitting up is very uncomfortable too. So I said to the wound care lady, because I actually have a sore there, but she said it's not a pressure sore. That's good. I said it really hurts to sit on it. She's like, of course it does. She's like, it's still an open boo boo, even though it's not from pressure wound. I said, but the thing is, I think I lost too much meat cushion in my cushion because I can't describe to you, like, I've never felt my tailbone before like this. This hurts, and no matter what chair, no matter what cushion, no matter what pillow, no matter how I adjust it or whatever, it just seems to always hurt. Um, so I have tried like the rings and the donuts, and just feel like nothing is making it better. I don't want to keep laying in bed though, so I have to figure out something else to do. Obviously standing, but I can only do that a little bit more each day, but still I'm only doing it a little bit. Um, but I just miss it. I just want to have some life back. I'm just tired of it. You get tired of treatments. You get tired of being sick. Excuse me. I'm sure I'm not the only person with a chronic illness or an illness treatment plan that is just tired of being in the predicament that they're in. But hey, I'm still above grass. I'm still on this side of the grass. I still have people who love me, who help me. I still have friends and family who I could talk to anytime about whatever's going on. I I am so blessed, and I have you guys, and a lot of people don't, and that's a big thing. If you're out there and you found me because of your cancer journey, well then welcome, and know that you're not alone. I have my email address. Excuse me. I have my email address and links to all my social medias in the description box of every video. If you ever want to reach out to me and just share your story, I can't promise you it'll be responded that very day, but I will do my very, very best. I do email once a day unless I'm not feeling good, and then it's once every other day. Like it's not even like a week. It's like I'll go 2 days. Um, and then social media. I don't like red dots. I call it the red dot syndrome on my phone. When you get notifications, I don't like to keep the red dots there. So I always try to look at my social media. It's a little more difficult to to do YouTube comments because I get so many that I don't have the notifications on for them, because my phone would literally be like YouTube, 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 YouTube. Mm. See, the coffee is so good. It's um, it's sugar-free syrup and half and half. Not that the creamer doesn't feel good down my throat, but nothing feels as good as the half and half down my throat, honestly. The even ice cream. I mean, ice cream because it's cold, probably. But we're just gonna check on this. Yeah, it's starting to hurt my jaw, so I gotta call the ENT. I don't know what to do. I just don't want to like get Bell's palsy or something. Jim had that a couple of times. It's basically like the infection gets into your nerves and like you look like you had a stroke on one side of your face. Can't blink your eye. That poor guy, he went through a lot. Um, but yeah, I think that I will probably wrap this up now because I think it's a good conversation we have. I will obviously keep you all in touch, informed, or keep up with what's going on with. Sorry, I have something on my tongue. What's going on with the MRI and the new treatment things, and I'll keep you informed with that. And of course, I love you. And if nobody's told you that you're loved, you can always come by and hear how much I love you because I love you guys very, very much. And please, 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 if you miss me and you miss these daily talks, come and see us on a Sunday live. I want to say Sunday morning, but it depends on where you live. I like to go on between 11 and 12 Central Time, but that doesn't always work out, depending on the day and how I'm feeling and the schedule and the dog and how Jim wakes up. And usually we sleep in a little bit on Sunday, so it's the one day we get to. So, yeah, so join us. We would love to see you there. And listen, if you missed this, let me know because as I start to feel better, hopefully I'll be able to do more of these. Okay? I love you. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.